Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about what I'm teaching this week for 3rd grade in March, and specifically we are doing Irish music. We're kind of talking about instruments and we are working on dotted half notes, so looking at those for the first time. So if you enjoyed this, please hit the like and the subscribe button down below and let's hop right on in. So 3rd grade is doing Irish music, which I'm not gonna lie is like one of my favorite things in the world. When I decided to do this with them, I was like, this is gonna be amazing. So highly recommend Irish music because it is so much fun, especially if you happen to be seeing this right when it comes out, because we are about to have St. Patrick's Day. But even if you're watching it later, it's still fun anyway. So I see my students for a whole week at a time, so I'm gonna go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Also new, this is the first video that I am not fully virtual. So I've always been fully virtual. I've told you literally every lesson I have taught from the first week of school until last week, all the way virtual the entire time. Now, this is the first lesson I'm sharing where I have half the week hybrid and half the week virtual. So I see students in person, half online, Monday and Tuesday, and sometimes Wednesday. And then I see everyone online Thursday, Friday, and sometimes Wednesday. Wednesday like flip-flops and it's just a whole mess. Don't even try to understand it because it's a mess. But so this is the first time that I'm doing that. So we'll have the beginning of the week is gonna be in person. Wednesday is whoever knows. And then Thursday and Friday are completely online. So for 3rd grade, the first thing we do is the song Tell My Ma I Love This One So Much. I might say that about all the songs, but if you don't know Tell My Ma, it is so much fun, and here I'll play the chorus for you. And it goes, tell my ma when I get home the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She is courting 1, 2, 3. Please come and tell me who is she. So I teach them the words. We just go back and forth and we do some little actions that I made up. They're not very fancy, but I guess I can tell you what they are. It's I'll tell my ma when I go home the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and stole my comb, but that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the belle of Belfast City. She is courting 1, 2, 3. Please come and tell me who is she. Not very fancy. I made them up literally as we were singing one day. And so we go through that and then we go through the different sections. Now the one that I am using is from Gaelic Storm, and it has introduction, chorus, instrumental, verse 1, chorus, instrumental, verse 2, chorus is the pattern. And so what I do is I just have them give me some actions and I just write them down. So I just have this on a little slide. I wrote out the form. If you use a different song, it might be a different pattern, so to be aware of that. And so I just went with whatever they said first. So like today, the first thing that someone said was pat your legs. So on our introduction, we're patting our legs. Someone said clap. So I'm like, great. On the chorus, we're clapping. And so I just wrote them down next to that. So it's always gonna be a little bit different. We just listen to the song and go through there. I will play a teensy bit of it. I don't want to play too much because copyright infringement, but I do want you to hear it a little bit, so. And so there's the chorus. After that, we go through a couple of different vocabulary words. So I just show them a couple of these slides that say some vocabulary. It shows them the map of Ireland and where Belfast City is, and some pictures and all of those things. And these, by the way, are in my virtual field trip to Ireland, which I will leave linked down below. I basically made that to work for like the whole week. So that's what we're doing. So it's really fun, and it includes a whole bunch of different songs, including this one and some more that we're going to talk about. After that, I show them some slides about Ireland, so we just look and talk about this. This week my kids had lots of questions about the Queen of England and whether she was over Ireland and all that stuff, so we got some really interesting conversation about that. So we looked through those, and then we learned the song Galway Piper. So this one I feel like is really underrated, but it's so much fun. And so this one goes, every person in the nation, nor of great or humble station, holds in highest estimation piping Tim of Galway. Loudly he can play or low, he can move you fast or slow, touch your heart or stir your toe, piping Tim of Galway. And as per usual, we've got some actions. So for this one we do, every person in the nation, or of great or humble station, holds in highest estimation, piping Tim of Galway. Loudly he can play or low, he can move you fast or slow, touch your heart or stir your toe. Those are stomps, you can't hear me because it's carpet. Piping Tim of Galway. So those are our super simple little actions. They think it's great, and then I do it. And so usually we'll do it a couple times and then we go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster until they can't go any faster, and it's hilarious. Then after that, if we have time, then we're playing poison rhythm. Poison rhythm, if you don't know, is just where I clap a rhythm, you clap it back. But if you clap the poison, then you're out because you die. And yes, I do let the kids like fall dramatically on the ground like they drink poison. It's hilarious. And so we do that if we have time. If we don't have time, then obviously we skip that. But either way, lots of good fun and a really good introduction to Irish music on Monday. On Tuesday, we start with Galway Piper, so we remember what we just did, and then we add this little dance that is totally not authentic, but we're doing it anyway. And so let me back you up so you can see it. Okay, so for this one, I kind of watched a bunch of videos of like kid recitals to this song and put some stuff together to make something somewhat Irish-ish. And so for this one, what we're doing is we do one leg, go forward, back, forward, and then we're doing like a little jump kind of thing. It's supposed to be moving forward, but since my students can't move around the room, we're just kind of jumping. So we're like jumping up and moving our feet like bloop. I keep telling them it's a bloop. Let me back you up even more so you can kind of see even better. This is embarrassing. So it's every person in the nation, or of great or humble station, holds in highest estimation. And then we stop. Piping Tim of Galway. And then on the second part, we're spinning. So we do loudly he can play or low, he can move you fast or slow, touch your heart or stir your toe, and then stop. Piping Tim of Galway. And so that is the super simple little dance that I came up with that is not very authentic. So those of you who are really big on like authentic folk dancing, don't come for me, but that's what we're doing. After that, we learned the song Lavender's Blue. If you don't know this one, I love it. And it goes, lavender's blue, dilly dilly, lavender's green. When I am king, dilly dilly, you will be queen. Who told you so, dilly dilly, who told you so? 'Twas my own heart, dilly dilly, that told me so. So we go through it and sing through it and we clap the beats, and then I show them this little slide where it says, how many beats does green get all by itself? And the answer is 3, because it gets 3 all the way across. And so they figure that out and we're like, oh, good. Green gets 3 beats all to itself. That's called a dotted half note. Here's what it looks like. And then we go through and we play the rhythm. So I showed them the rhythm, we play the rhythm. I did pass out some instruments. So we used egg shakers, because on egg shakers you can do that like green part really nicely. And so the kids in person did that. The kids online went and found something to shake. So they went and found like, you know, cereal boxes or whatever. And we did that. Then we go through a couple of my watercolor level 3 rhythm cards that have dotted half notes in them, and just go through a couple of those. After that, we get ready to play a Kahoot. So last time we came, if you saw that video, we did all about meter, and we talked about meter, we talked about beats, we talked about measures, all of that stuff. So we quickly review that with my little meter Google Slides activity, which I will leave a link below. And then we play Kahoot. So I made this Kahoot. It goes kind of along with my meter Google Slides presentation. In there, it goes through 2, 4, 3, 4, and 4, 4, and talks all about measures and all time signatures, all that stuff. But at the end of each section, it has a 2 truths and a lie. So it has 3 different measures. 2 of them are correct and 1 is wrong, and they have to figure out which one it is. And so I took those and then I made a couple more and made a Kahoot. So it's like 5 slides. I will leave it below. It is free. Kahoot is free, which is great. And so you can go and use that with your kiddos. It does different time signatures, but most of them have dotted half notes in them because that's our new rhythm. So we're getting used to that, like it's 3 beats and, you know, adding all the beats together and all that kind of stuff. So that was a huge hit today. I will say today was Tuesday. And today was one of those like magical days where your lesson goes exactly how you want it to. And that never happens. It was so great. You know, I left there and I was like, my heart is so full. My kids were so good. They were so excited. They were participating. They did a really good job on the Kahoot. Like they were answering questions. Oh, it was great. It was great. I don't anticipate that happening every day, but it was great. So on Wednesday is weird because sometimes we're gonna be in person and sometimes we're not. And so for this one, I tried to make it really, really easy, especially because I'm worried about kids not remembering which one is which. So like showing up at school when they're not supposed to, or being at home when they're supposed to be at school, or completely forgetting we have school, because we used to have e-learning Wednesdays where they didn't have school at all. So anyway, I made Wednesdays so that they're kind of not a throwaway day, but a day that you can skip with little repercussions. So for this one, we're getting started with one of my favorites, and that is Rattling Bog. Love, love, love. This is also in my Google Slides virtual field trip to Ireland, and this is a cumulative song, and we're doing actions with it. So this is our, I always call it, it's our tradition. We do this like every year, usually first, second, and third grade, sometimes even fourth grade. Sometimes they'll ask about it, they're like, are we gonna do that song this year? I'm like, if you want to. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So this one is really, really fun, and we do actions because of course we do actions with everything. So the verse goes, oh, roll the rattling bog, bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog, bog down in the valley, oh. So on this, we keep the beat, and then on all the other ones, we're acting it out. So I'm gonna go with the last verse that we do. There's lots of different versions depending on which, there's lots of different versions, but the last verse we do, we end with feather. So we do, and on that bird there was a feather, a rare feather, a rattling feather, feather on the bird, and the bird, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest, and the nest, and the twig, and the twig, on the branch, and the branch, and the limb, and the limb, on the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and yep, tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog, bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the rattling bog, bog down in the valley, oh. So you can listen to whatever version you want, you can sing, or you can post it. I like to do it on my ukulele and just do it kind of as a like straight up sing along, because that's a lot of fun. And yeah, so in my Google Slides, you can have the kids make them up. So there's this little chart where they can make their little actions up. I just tell my kids what we're gonna do because we've done it so many times that now it's like they kind of pick the same thing, so we just go with it. And then also in my, if I'm really on it, then I'll show them all of the Google Slides where it goes through all the pictures, and then it like adds everything each time because it's cumulative. So we have a bog, and then a tree in the bog, and then we have a limb on the tree in the bog, and it just keeps going that way. But I can't do that and play ukulele, so there's like a little bit too much going on. Anyway, so much fun, so much fun. After that we read a book called Fiona's Luck. I really like this one. It's super cute. It's all about leprechauns and how the leprechauns were trying to steal the luck from the big people and this clever girl named Fiona, and it's really cute, really hilarious. And that's all we're doing on Wednesday. Like I said, nice easy day. On Thursday, the kids come in, we're online for sure, and we start with Galway Piper, so we do our little dance. I teach them the other two verses of Galway Piper, and then after that we are looking at instruments. So we're going to the Google Slides again. I made this so that like this is what we were doing this week. You know, nice and easy. And so after we do Galway Piper, then we look at all the different instruments in Irish music. So these are like the traditional Irish instruments. That obviously there are other ones that, especially now, and for each one we look at the picture and talk a little bit about it, and then there is a video of each one that we watch really quickly just to kind of get them in our brains. And then after that we are going back to Lavender's Blue, and then they're doing an activity where they are filling in the missing rhythms. So I have just a Google slide, and I have some of the rhythms are missing, and there's like a box over them, and the kids are just dragging the rhythms to the boxes to see if they can fill in the rhythms. I like to do this, I've given you this hack before, but I'm gonna say it again. I like to do this where I take just one slide, put it in a Google slide, copy it 20 times, and then I share the link in the chat, and everyone gets a slide. So like Johnny goes to slide 1, and John A goes to slide 2, and you know, Tyshawn goes to slide 3 and they go to the different slides, they put their name on it, and then they do their work there. This way I can see as they are working, so I know who's working and who's not, and I can give them feedback, be like, oh yeah, you need one more thing, or just whatever. And then also it keeps the class together, so I know all of Miss Miller's kids are in this one thing, and so when I go to grade it, it's super easy, as opposed to having, you know, all of the stuff in your learning management system, specifically because my learning management system has like all of 3rd grade together, so it's really hard to figure out, like, okay, you're in this class and you're in that class, and like it's a hot mess. I usually do put it in there as well for kids who aren't in class that day, but typically I go with the Google slide as like the main thing, so that I don't have to worry about all of the funkiness. And that is Thursday. On Friday, we are doing some Irish dancing. So I showed them a quick video of Riverdance, of course, and that shows them a little bit about Irish dancing. And then I found this video that teaches Irish dancing. Actually, I found a bunch of videos. Actually, ironically, so I didn't say this. I live in Savannah, Georgia, and we are known for our St. Patrick's Day festivities, like Irish culture. We have a lot of Irish descendants here, so like it's a big deal. And so we actually have a lot of Irish dancing studios. Like that's a really normal thing. Like growing up, all of my friends did Irish dancing, and that was just like super normal. If you did ballet, you also did Irish dancing. And so I was looking for videos, and I actually found a teacher at one of our Irish dance studios here in Savannah who was like filming a tutorial, but I didn't use that one. I wanted someone with a Irish accent. I wanted someone with an Irish accent, so it wasn't like weird that they were American but teaching. So I found this guy teaching a couple of different steps, and so I just have the kids stand up and dance along with that. Then after that, if we didn't finish up any portion, like if we didn't do the About Ireland or we didn't do the Irish instruments, then we'll go through that. And if we did, then we are doing I Know a Shy Fellow Who Swallowed a Cello. This is one of my favorite books. I use it every year. I love it so much. We usually use it to do instrument families, but full disclosure, we haven't gotten that far yet. I usually do them at the end of 3rd grade, but we might leave it until 4th grade. So we read through the book. I will leave it linked down below. It's super cute. It's kind of like There Was No Lady Who Swallowed a Fly, but with instruments. Hilarious. And then we go through my Google Slides activities. That's all about I Know a Shy Fellow Who Swallowed a Cello, and we learn about and then listen to each one just like with the other. Also, by the way, if you happen to have purchased this on TPT, go and re-download it, because just today I had links to YouTube and I went and embedded the videos because I was like, this is too much, and so I embedded the videos today. So go and re-download it so that you can get the newer version of it. You can do that in your my purchases. You can just scroll down until you find it and then click like re-download or something. Yeah, so it goes through all the different instruments. They really liked the kazoo. It's really funny. And then normally, like I said, we would go through the different instrument families. We're not doing that this year. Normally I have them sort the instruments into what families they have, so we might have to redo this later on, but we're just looking at the instruments and then talking about which ones they liked, and then we're playing freeze dance if they earn some points. And that's pretty much it. So that is my whole March lessons for 3rd grade. I hope you enjoyed this. I will leave links to everything down below, especially the Irish virtual field trip and the I Know a Shy Fellow Who Swallowed a Cello and the 2 different books that I talked about in the Kahoot. So if you're interested in any of those, click the links down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.